That's what I was thinking.
Call this meeting in order. Pledge and flag, led by Supervisor Butler, and I'll ask if we remain standing after the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd ask for a moment of silence for our men and women who are involved in Iran war. And I'd like to thank them for making us have the freedoms that we have here in the United States. So I ask for a moment of silence. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to welcome back Supervisor Goodspeed from the town of Johnsburg. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And I'll ask the clerk to do the roll call.
Mr. Conover.
Here.
Mr. Mayday.
Here.
Mr. Diamond.
Here.
Ms. Gilligan. Here. Ms. Turner. Here. Mr. Bruno.
Here.
Mr. Driscoll.
Here.
Mr. Patchit.
Here.
Mr. Butler.
Here.
Mr. Goodspeed.
Here.
Mr. Cressida.
Here.
Mr. Niles.
Here.
Mr. Stroud. Mr. Weil.
Here.
Mr. Etu.
Here.
Mr. Strainer.
Here.
Mr. Beatty.
Here.
Mr. O'Neill.
Present.
Ms. Runyon. Here. Chairman Garrity.
Here.
Quorum is established.
Okay, first item of business, the motion to approve the minutes of the February 20th meeting, subject to correction by the clerk. Do I have a motion? Motion by Supervisor Runyon, second by Supervisor Neal. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, next, I'd like to welcome the Warren County Conservation Council, led by Dan Ladd, Dennis Dempsey, and Mike Curley. Dan would like to make a few remarks to the board and give you a brief overview about the conservation.
Is this the proper location?
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for having us this morning. We'll be brief. Conservation Council is made up of members of the sporting community here in Warren County, hunters, fishers, trappers, those folks. And for many years, the town has funded it. And then one point we lost the funding. Coming out of COVID, we sought to get some of that back. And we wanted to express our gratitude for that and also explain a few of the programs that were used that funding for. Real brief history of some of the things we've accomplished over the years that you may remember. Right down here in Glen Lake, when the boat launch first became it was a boat launch for many years and it would be closed for the winter. We advocated to have that open for the winter, for ice fishing, for skating and any winter use. We worked with the town of Queensbury on that and it was passed. I think it was 2012 when the Lake George Park Commission first began to look at closing off the boat launches, gating them, mainly to control invasive species. They came to us, sat down with us, and we worked through things with them to keep the boat launches open for as many hours as we could to have so that it wouldn't impact anything. So we deal with those issues that we want to offer anytime that this board has an issue that you want some consulting on that has to do with public access, anything that has to do with hunting, fishing, trapping, or even target shooting. Our ears are open. We meet the first Thursday of every month at 6 p.m. up at the Cornell County Office Extension, and we would welcome anyone from this board anytime. Dennis Dempsey is our vice president. Mike Curry serves as our single member liaison. One of the things that we did coming out of COVID, we basically had to reform this council from scratch, was we decided to have events. We didn't want to just be a bunch of people who meet once a month and talk about the latest fishing game laws, whatever, be kind of a cussing session more than anything. We wanted to do something. So the first thing we did was we started a youth fishing derby, call it our kids fishing derby. We have that the last Saturday in April every year. This will be our 5th year. We put, I think Mike said 81 kids through it last year. He tracks the kids and handles the weigh-in. I think the least we put through was 44. So we probably put 200, 300 kids through that the last few years. When they come to this, their families come, the entire event is free. We have some great prizes for them. Everybody gets a hot dog lunch. The kids play on the playground up at Gore Mountain. It's a wonderful day. We'd love to see you folks come, your kids, your grandchildren, your families. It's just a great way to spend the day. Again, we come up with some great prizes for that. The other thing we do, which is coming up next weekend, is we have a sportsman's flea market. And we'll be advertising this in the Chronicle. in the Sun newspapers. And all it is we rent out our tables at the Dunn's Bay Fishing Game Club. We have probably close to 50 vendors this year, I think. It's at about 44 vendors. And basically they clean out their garage, they sell their hunting and fishing and camping gear. It's a great place to come and get a deal. It kind of kicks off the garage sale season. So those are the type of things we do. Out of that flea market, we also use some of the funding for that for youth programs and to also help fund our kids fishing tournament. So again, we just wanted to say thank you for your support. We've got this appreciation of, well, a monument of our appreciation we'd like to present to Supervisor Garrity, if you don't mind. And once again, thank you for your time and thanks for everything you do. Thank you. And we're going to leave a couple flyers here as well. As I work for a publication called New York Outdoor News. I work with Don a little bit about that. If you want to find out more about this stuff, we'll leave it here for you. Okay. Thank you very much.
We have a few departures from public office. And first, I'm gonna start with somebody that most of the town supervisors. No, I don't think you've been in front of them, but Judge Hobbs, if he would come forward. Judge Hobbs was instrumental in bringing the cat court to Warren County, which streamlined arrangements in the county and saved taxpayers significant money. He also served as acting judge, county judge, family court judge. We thank him for exemplary service to the citizens of Warren County as judge, prosecutor, and defense attorney. So we already did our pictures, but Judge Hobbs, if you would like to say a few words to the body, you speak at the podium. I know you've been in service a long time.
Well, thank you, Supervisor Garrity. This is truly an honor. I'm choked up by this. It's an honor and humbling, not just because it's coming from you as supervisors, but it's coming from you as individuals. You are kind, considerate, compassionate people who are engaged every single day in supporting others, supporting our community, trying to make our community better in ways that improve the lives of every single individual. And that is such a dignified way to lead your life, is the way you all lead your life here. And that's why it's such an honor to have this from all of you, because you are such an honorable, dignified group of individuals helping out our community every single day. In the times that I have been here, and Jack Diamond knows, Supervisor Diamond knows, it has been a wonderful experience, because when I've asked to do things that some people may think are a little crazy or a little out there, when I've asked to get a drug treatment court program going, or get a mental health program going, or to do the CAP court to make sure that we could have individuals represented at the initial arraignment, what I received in response was, how can we help you? What can we do to be of assistance? And that is truly tremendous from each and every individual that I've appeared for here in connection with my job. And I thank you deeply for this honor. Thank you.
What are the security details waiting outside to make sure you get out safely? Okay. Where do we start? I'm gonna start with Al Jones retiring as public health director of public health. Sorry about these microphones, I gotta get there. Janelle started public health as a public health nurse in 1994. And has worked her way up to becoming director in 2018. She became a household name for our region during her exemplary leadership throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. But that worldwide health mercy was just part of a career that she put in countless hours to ensure that health and well-being of our community stays. She leaves the department in capable hands of Patricia Belvin, but Janelle's work ethic and spirit will be deeply missed. We thank her for what she has done and wish her happy and healthy retirement. And I'd just like to add, they have run a program of county health nurses many, many years. And back in 2015, when we had to cut back the program over the state, opened the program up to many providers, Warren County health nurses stood above everybody else, and they still do today. And that was important. And anybody who has used that part of the health department knows how well they are, and that's part of what Janelle did. If anybody was over to the anniversary, it was really good to see some of the nurses come back, and that just goes to show that it's a lifelong program, what they do for their life. And I'm sure Janelle will always be watching out for every place. Now we have a little proclamation and a flag. The board, I'd like to say a few words.
Thank you, everybody. It's been a wonderful opportunity and privilege to serve the county. I'll keep it short and simple, but it does take a community to protect the health and welfare of the community. And very appreciative of all the support of the community, Health Services Committee, the board, the chair, John Taflin, and all the department heads and all of our staff and colleagues down in Health Services.
Next, we have a person who seems to be always smiling, pretty happy, and has served numerous positions in the county. We're saying goodbye to another employee with more than 30 years in the county, Dean Moore. Dean has spent the last 4 years of his career as Director of Parks, Recreation, and Railroad. But he started out with us in 1994 as a laborer with the Department of Public Works. Dean also worked at Up Yonder Farm, where his foresight and work ethic helped transform the facility into a wonderful educational recreational entity for the community. Dean then moved to Warren County Soil and Water Conservation District, blending skills to dozens of environmental projects for more than a decade before he stepped up to lead the Parks and Rec Department after retirement there from Soil and Water. We thank Dean for his work ethic and dedication. Wish him a happy retirement. And like I said, those who have worked with Soil and Water, Dean was always the guy putting down the grass seed in many, many areas. And then if you've ever seen their program or looked at any of their yearly programs, you'd see him down in the hole, digging ditches, whatever needed to be done. So Dean, if you come forward, I had a proclamation and a flag for you also. I'd like to say words to the public. Thank you, sir.
I can't, in summary, thank you, actually to the county's abilities. I graduated from SUNY Environmental Science and Forestry. There was a flyer out that said Hudson River Recreation Area, Warrensburg meets Luzerne, 1,100 acres. Maybe that'll be an environmental center Mr. Beland was going to go after. And I've been here since. This county's fantastic. As Mr. Garrity, former fire department hierarchy, took a chance on this hyperactive ADHD child out of college. Flatlander as well. I think my children are not, but long story short, it has been a pleasure. We have a tremendous area coming out of this department as a director. It's kind of a full circle thing. So it's I'll start getting emotional too. But anyways, it's been a pleasure, and you should take that to heart because you have the quality of a county it would take someone out of college and keep me here throughout the duration. So thank you for everything. Thank you for all the support from the supervisors for everything we've done. Thank you, Mr. Hey, Joe, sir. Thank you. Thank you, board. Thanks.
Well, last but not least, here comes the judge. Larry's not been with us long, but with the other two IRAs, his impact has been profound. He has been through a steadying presence when providing legal service and also led Warren County Board of Ethics and spearheaded a number of important policies, procedures, and projects. I'd like to say my time of working directly with the county attorney's office, and I work with many county attorneys, it's been enjoyable for the most part. And I want to wish him the best in his new career. As I told him, you know, we do have an opening in the legal office, and I said, well, I'll see Benny about getting him in a holiday. And it seems like I've done most of these jobs at the county. Stay there for a couple of nights and I'll take over his position. Larry, I wish you the best. We have a proclamation of fact also. Sure.
I wasn't sure if I was going to get an opportunity to talk at this meeting, which would have been a first. When I interviewed here 4.5 years ago, I told the board at that time that if I was lucky enough to be accepted, there was going to be 2 core objectives I wanted to accomplish for the county attorney's office. One is to ensure that every action they take is done in a fair and impartial manner. And I've used with this board and prior boards the analogy of an umpire. Someone who calls balls and strikes and doesn't look at what the color of the uniform is that person is wearing. I believe this group of individuals in this county attorney's office has accomplished that. But they've accomplished it because of each of you allowing us to do that fair and impartial work, focusing solely on what we believe legally is in the best interests of the county. The second objective I stated when I was interviewed is creating, implementing, and moving throughout county operations, risk management and mitigation. And I thank this board and the prior board in particular for funding a risk manager position, supporting us in creating a risk and safety committee. And I personally and professionally thank each and every member of that committee, because those department heads have dedicated hours and hours of their time over and above their normal duties to go through and make some best practices here in Warren County. I know that this group from the county attorney's office is going to continue that process forward. Most importantly, though, I want to thank personally Ryan Dickey, Chris Briggs, Amy Turcott, Marilyn Rivers, Mary Slimmer. You could not work with a better, more professional group of individuals. It's been my honor to work with them and in some instances for them. And their friendship, I'm deeply grateful for their friendship. In particular, Mary and I have been working together for 2 years now. Unfortunately, this is kind of the end of our ability to work together, but I'm looking forward to many more years of friendship with Mary and every member of the office. Marilyn Rivers, I'm deeply thankful for her as well, coming on board to help the county create and implement risk management at every single level. In 2 weeks, we're going to have a pizza party from today. Please, everyone is invited, but most importantly, let's make sure Mr. Dubbs. Thank you.
First item of business is forum and public comment. Anybody wish to address the board? 3 minutes, please. Go. Anybody wish to address?
Sorry.
3 minute limit on, comments.
First off, congratulations to everyone that's spent all the time at the county that they have, and I just have every wellness in their retirement. I just want to have a few comments to just share with the board respectfully. I just want you to think about board resolution, floor resolution, excuse me, number 6. Given the county's current financial condition, including a general fund balance that's already below our requirement, including the 1.8 million that is still unrecovered in the taxpayer losses from the ACH fund. I would like you to seriously think about the fiscal responsibility of the ask for another outside review of this fraud, especially when I have heard from Gary Gifford out of the New York State Controller's Office, as has the county administrator and the chair of the board, according to Gary Gifford, that they will be coming in June. They will be conducting this audit at no additional cost to the county. So it's $145,000 that I'm asking you to consider. That they, again, the New York State Controllers has already agreed to perform at no additional cost to the county. The Controller's audit will be independent, unbiased, and fully transparent, eliminating any concern of conflict of interest that is inherently present in a county commission review. I would also like to talk to you about the proposed funding source. Charging this expense to the treasurer's budget. It's not in the treasurer's budget. It's coming out of the unappropriated fund balance and going into the treasurer's budget. And again, while I'm happy to contribute to this, this is going to be a county-wide investigation. It's going to be an end-to-end review of the ACH fraud, which I welcome, and I welcome everyone that's been working on it with us. And I very much appreciate the work of the risk management team and every other department that's worked with us on this. But it is going to be countywide. So if it's going to be countywide, should we not consider, if you're going to do it, that it should be across the county from an expense standpoint? And again, it's not just, at least what I've spoken to the controller about, it's not just the end-to-end ACH fraud. They're going to be looking at the control environment that exists within Warren County. They're going to be looking at county leadership, and they're going to be looking at excuse me one second, including my office. They're going to be looking at county leadership from a control environment perspective, which includes commitment to integrity and ethical values. You know, tone from the top, leading by example, promoting honesty and ethical behavior, etc. They're going to be looking at independent board versus management oversight. They're going to be looking at structure, authority, and reporting, which is clear organizational structure, reporting lines, and defining the authority of electees versus appointed employees versus department heads to achieve Warren County objectives. They're going to be looking at commitment to competence, which is ensuring staff are competent in their roles through hiring, training, and most importantly, retaining personnel, particularly for key financial or compliance positions. And finally, accountability.
Thank you, Christine. We need to wrap it.
Okay. Again, I would just ask you to really consider if that's the best use of the taxpayers' funds when we're already so short on.
Anybody else wish to address the board? Being none, I'll ask the clerk to read the public notice on the local law number.
Notice is hereby given that the Board of Supervisors of the County of Warren, New York is considering the adoption of a proposed local law number 4 for the year 2026 entitled a local law amending and updating local law number 2022, a local law amending and updating local law number 6 of 2021, a local law amending and updating local law number 5 of 2021, a local law amending and updating local law number 6 of 2014, Warren County Ethics and Disclosure Law. Purpose of the local law is to revise and update the ethics and disclosure law for Warren County in accordance with the provisions of Article 18 of the General Municipal Law.
If adopted, local law number 4 of 2026 will supersede Warren County's local law number 2 of 2022, which established ethical principles and standards to be followed by certain covered persons, including Warren County's elected and appointed officials, its officers, certain employees, and policymaking positions who have discretionary authority, instituted requirements regarding the disclosure of certain interests as defined in the local law in accordance with and required with the annual filing of warrant written disclosure statements. Notice is further given that pursuant to resolution number 81 of 2026, adopted by the Board of Supervisors on February 20th, 2026, a public hearing will be held by the Board of Supervisors, in the Supervisors Rooms at the Warren County Municipal Center, 1340 State Route 9, Kingsbury, New York, on March 20th, 2026, at 10 a.m., at which time and place all persons interested in the matter of such proposed local law number 4 for the year 2026 will be heard concerning same. A copy of said local law is available for inspection during regular business hours by contacting the clerk of the Board of Supervisors at the above stated address and may be viewed on the Warren County website.
Okay. Declare the public hearing open. Is there any comments on local law? Number 4, 2026. Anybody from the public? The supervisor. And now declare this public hearing closed. Going to report of committees. And I'll start with my report. On the 20th, I attended Board of Supervisors meeting. On the 23rd, I attended the Criminal Justice, Health Services, Support Services, Tourism, and Act Tax meetings. On the 24th, I attended County Facilities, Public Works, Parks, O&M, Environmental Concerns, and Economic Growth Committee meetings. The 25th, I attended APA government meeting in Long Lake. On the 26th, I attended the inter-county meeting at the Olympic Center at Lake Placid. That night, I attended a memorial get-together at the ski bowl in North Creek for Supervisor Mark Smith, former Supervisor Mark Smith. On the 5th, I attended the Personnel, Finance, and Budget Committee meetings in March. On the 6th, I attended the Health Insurance Working Group meeting with Marshall and Stirring. And then March 16th through the 18th, I attended NISAC conference in Albany, and I know some of my other colleagues were there, and I'm sure when they do their reports, they'll speak on what they saw or learned. First committee report would start with Supervisor Butler.
Thank you. I'm pleased to announce that at last evening's town floor board meeting, we adopted our comprehensive plan. It was a 2-year process. I had a volunteer group of 16 that stayed with us the entire time. Warren County, Lake George, Lake Champlain did an excellent job. We had over 350 participants throughout the plan. Typically for our population, it's roughly about 100. So we're happy to move forward as our this document. Thank you.
Supervisor Goodsby, anything to add this morning?
No report. I'm happy to be back, and I thank everyone for their well wishes as we started the meeting today.
Supervisor Casito. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The occupancy tax coordination committee met on February 23rd. There was one resolution in front of you, resolution 102. To award the 2026 municipal supplemental tax funding for 7 events projects for a total of $261,600. I have a list if anyone was not at that committee. Also, on February 24th, 2026, the Economic Growth and Development Committee met. Chairman Wild was out of town. I sat in for him. There was one resolution to move forward, resolution 97. That's in front of us today. To authorize the submission of application to the New York State Empire State Development County Infrastructure Grant Program, up to a $1 million cap. And let's see, I also attended NISAC, the APA meeting, inter-county, and yesterday I was up in Minerva to attend Adirondack Association of Towns and Villages. And tax committee meets again March 23rd at 10:30. So thank you. Supervisor Niles.
No report. Thank you, Chairman here.
Supervisor Wild.
Thank you, Chairman. All I can say this morning is that I appreciate the effort that Supervisor Crissito put in my absence. I look forward to being back. Thank you.
Supervisor Etu. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome Supervisor Goodspeed. Resolutions 92, 93, and 113 through 121 came out of our March 5th Finance and Budget Committee meeting. 92 is making supplemental appropriations. 93 is amending this year's budget for interdepartment transfers. 113 establishes our road funds for $5.267 million. 114 increases project number H401 Sagamore Road retaining wall by $75,000. 115 authorizes the appropriation of funds for computer reserve purposes, a total of $100,700. 116 is ratifying the actions of the chair of the board and executing a letter related to the Warren County Bikeway and some grant funding. 117 is accepting grant funding from Northern Borders Regional Commission for the fish hatchery. 118 is adopting our updated Warren County electronic wire transfers and e-banking policy. 119 is adopting updated Warren County Fiscal Approval Authority Management Policy. 120 is authorizing the Risk and Safety Committee to prepare all necessary Warren County finance policies and internal procedures as part of the county's Risk and Safety Manual. And 121 authorizes payment to the Warren County Industrial Sewer Park for $14,259. We're scheduled to meet again on April 7th.
Supervisor Stranger.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Health Services met on the 23rd of February. From that, resolutions 99 and 100. 99 is a resolution authorizing acceptance of a stipend for attendance at the United Hospital Fund meeting sponsored by the Association of Health Innovation related to 1115 waiver. Resolution 100 is authorizing reimbursement to parents, guardians who provide round-trip transportation for eligible children attending early intervention and committee on preschool, special education, center-based services per child for the Health Services Department. Both of those are cost-saving initiatives, and that's my report.
Supervisor Beatty.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a couple comments and, as we all know, New York State is in a huge financial pickle. Our neighbors are moving out. One neighbor is moving out every 2 minutes and 23 seconds. We have the highest tax burden in the country. We're the fourth highest property taxes in the country. Our electric rates are 51.7% higher than the average state in the country. And if you happen to own a building or a business, your commercial rate is 62% higher than the national average. Our home prices are 27% higher than the national average. Our auto insurance, 41% higher than the national average. Childcare, 17% higher than the national average. We are rated as the second worst state for business in the country. And the Tax Foundation of the United States ranks New York State dead last in tax competitiveness. But we are number one. We're number one in the most people moving out of the state. Number one. Now, why don't everybody think about this? Because I bet everybody in this room can name somebody who's moved out of their town because of taxes. Our Medicare fraud is 2.1 billion last year to people who don't even live in New York State. Let me say that again. We pay $2.1 billion in Medicaid costs to people who don't even live in the state. So in 3 years, the governor is proposing that we increase every upstate New Yorker's electric bill by $4,100 a year additional. And that she will add $2.10 to every gallon of gas additional in 3 years. Now, I don't know about you. I lost another neighbor this past week. I can name on both hands, both feet, how many people have moved out that I know of out of our state. And now the governor yesterday says she's begging people, the wealthy people, to move back. Well, you know, we've got to do something statewide, because what happens is, as you've mentioned it, Mr. Administrator, the unfunded mandates come pouring down on us as a county. that's where this is all going. All these shortfalls and all these costs are going to be poured down even harder onto Warren County and every other county in the state. And so unless we start standing up for the abuses that are taking place on a statewide level and slow down this trickle of beat down onto the counties, we're gonna lose even more residents and neighbors from Warren County. So in that light, I met with one of our people, one of our institutions that we support. We give about $3 million to SUNY Adirondack. I love SUNY Adirondack. I think they have a lot of admirable causes and majors, but the problem is, from my standpoint, is that we don't have the money we used to. We're supposed to shave 6 or 7 million from this budget, according to our budget director. 6 to 7 million. That's a lot of money. So I met with SUNY Adirondack and with the budget officer, Nate E2. We met with the vice president of finance up there at SUNY Adirondack, very personal man, and his assistant, Kevin and Eric. And we had a great discussion. But we need a reality check here in the county. We need a reality check. We don't have the money to buy, to spend on this program and that program, additional programs. There's no money in the till. We're 6 million short, so we don't break the tax cap. Because I sure as heck won't sit here and accept breaking the tax cap. We can't abuse the county residents like that. So we're gonna have to start making some real tough decisions around this room. Decisions that are gonna disappoint a lot of people. But leadership demands that we make tough decisions. I've run a company before, vice president, 287 stores, 1,300 employees. Tough decisions have to be made. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, as Lieutenant Spock said, a little humor there. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not sure we're mentally on board yet with the tough decisions we're gonna have to make this year. I think it's easy to say yes to people. They need money for this or that. It's so easy to say, you get this, you can have that. The hard part of leadership is saying, no, we can't afford it. That's the hard part of leadership. So, Mr. Chairman, I hopefully in these coming months, and I have a lot of confidence in Mr. E2 to make the tough decisions that we're gonna have to make to get us back on track. Thank you.
Supervisor O'Neill,
I have no report.
Supervisor Runyon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Personnel Committee met on March 5th, and there are 6 resolutions resulting from that meeting. First one is number 107. That is enacting the local law number 4 related to Warren County Ethics and Disclosure Law and superseding all previous local laws regarding that. Number 108 is appointing members to the Warren County Board of Ethics. 109 is amending the table of organization and Warren County salary and compensation plan for 2026 to create and relieve positions in our IT department. Number 110 is appointing Patricia Belden as Director of Public Health and Patient Services. Number 111 is reappointing Jackie Figueroa as Warren County's Director of Human Resources. And number 112 is authorizing temporary compensation senior employment and training counselor to support data analysis goals for the Department of Workforce Development. Thanks, my report.
Supervisor Conover.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Public Works met on February 24th, represented in your packets by resolutions 103 through 106. Given the extent of the canvas that we have in front of us, without objection, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to invite Mr. Hajos to come to the podium just to do a quick walkthrough. This would be resolutions 103 and 104. Go ahead.
So 103 was for the Bay Road culvert replacement. This was a culvert New York project. We received, I believe, $1.5 million from New York State for that, but there's a cap on that amount at $1.5 million. So any extra or above and beyond comes from the county. So we're going to award that project to Birdsall Excavation. We had 3 bidders on that project. Birdsall, Keller, and Ricky, and Birdsall was the winning bidder for that project. Their bid was $1.4 million, the next one up was 1.7. And again, I think there's another resolution in here for, I think it came out of planning for another grant that's gonna support the local match to this project. Because although the construction didn't reach the $1.5 million, there's certainly engineering inspection and right away that was behind that as well, that we're covering the cost on that, so. And that again is through a grant, through the planning department. The other one that Ron had referred to was for the paving road projects for this year. So we had 7 bidders, and I apologize, I have it right in front of me here. 7 bidders on that, and we typically split the projects up into locations. So to give you an example, there's Corinth Road project as well as a Bay Road project. Since they're both in Queensbury, those projects together, make it more efficient for the contractor to do those projects. So we don't put out one project at a time, we put out several underneath one project number. So with that being said, we received 7 bids. Of those 7 bids, projects 26-1, 26-5, 26-6, and 26-8 are all awarded to Peck Road Corp. The 26-2 and 26-4 were awarded to Kabricki, and I believe 26-3 was awarded to Commercial Paving, and 26-7 was awarded to Brunel and Sons. We're happy to get those type of bids, and fortunate for us, we got the bids before the asphalt and fuel prices went up as they've done now. So they're all good bids, and that's those are the reports.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else from
Oh, no, Mr. Chairman, that concludes my report. Thank you.
Supervisor Mayday?
Criminal justice met on February 23rd. There's 2 resolutions that came out of that, 95 and 96. 95 is an agreement. This is for assigned counsel authorizing agreement with the Aid Society of Northeastern New York, and 96 is a transfer, it's home rule, transferring property from New York State to Warren County.
Excellent.
And that's the next committee meeting is on the 23rd, next Monday. Super.
Supervisor Diamond? Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No reports today. Supervisor Gilligan?
Thank you, Chairman. No resolutions for support services, but I'd like to thank Supervisor Stroud for chairing the committee while I was out. Thank you.
Supervisor Turner?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Tourism Committee met on February 23rd, and no resolutions came out of that meeting. Our director, Bagshaw, did give an update on tourism, and I'm sorry to say, I don't have that information in front of me, so I can't update you on that. Our next meeting is Monday, March 23rd, and I wanted to thank the county for allowing me to attend the NISAC conference this past week, Monday and Tuesday. I went along with Supervisor Gilligan, and it was quite an enlightening time, and we walked away with a lot of valuable information.
Supervisor Bruno?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. County facilities met on February 24th, and from that, we have resolution 94. So declaring Warren County the secret lead agency for the demolition of a 6-bay hangar. And the construction of a new 6-bay hangar at the Warren County Floyd Bennett Memorial Airport, authorizing Superintendent of Public Works to execute the secret environmental assessment negative declaration form. Additionally, we discussed Next Amp, which is the company that is building the 2 solar arrays on county property at the airport. And when those come online, the county will realize how much $130,000 annual income. But so both sites are 90% complete, some civil work and electrical connection remaining that will allow them to tie into the system. As soon as that's done, that's when the county will realize some revenue. The anticipated activation date for the site's second quarter of this year. So that'll be help somewhat to the county. So, and, that-
Supervisor Driscoll.
Thank you, Chairman. The Human Services Committee met on February 23rd. From that meeting came Resolution 101, which is an amendment of Resolution of 2025 authorizing an MOU between Warren County Department of Social Services and the Sheriff's Department to provide security services at the Human Services Building to increase the not to exceed amount. That was the only resolution coming from that meeting. The Human Services Committee will not meet this coming Monday, March 23rd. Last night, I emailed the monthly Department of Social Services update and activities report to members of the board as well as administrators. And that is it, other than wishing everyone a safe and healthy Easter and Passover seasons. Thanks.
Supervisor Paget.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On February 24th, the Environmental Concerns and Real Property Tax Services Committee met. You have a resolution in front of you adopting an amended increased fee schedule for the Warren County Real Property Tax Services Department. Thank you.
Supervisor Stroud. No committee report, thank you. Report of County Administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Report of the County Administrator, 20th of March. I'd just like to give some of the takeaways from NISAC. As Supervisor Turner said, it was pretty enlightening this week. The governor's budget is going to increase by 0.7% from last year to $260 billion. The Senate version is about $270 billion and the Assembly is 72. So roughly around 1% growth we're going to see. 65% of the spending increases supports increases in Medicaid and school aid cost. But the local Medicaid cap was preserved again for this year at 0%. So our Medicaid shares are going to remain at $242,000 a week or $12.5 million a year. Some key items in the governor's budget that we saw: $500 million for clean water infrastructure. That's up from $250 million last year. We can possibly take some benefit from some of that. $50 million for county infrastructure grants. We've long lobbied for an increase in those funds. They did increase the grant amount from 1 million to 1.5 million, but still stayed at 50 million overall. 688 million for CHIPS, which is helpful to all of us, particularly in towns. 100 billion for road and bridge maintenance and extreme weather recovery, and $425 million for the Environmental Protection Fund. That's the same as 2026. Some of the federal issues, we've talked about SNAP cuts. The federal government will not back off of that. So we will face cuts to our SNAP program from 50% to 25%. Right now, our estimated loss could be 1.8 million, and that begins 1 October of this year. And keep in mind, we can't control who's eligible for SNAP benefits. If you're eligible, you receive the benefits. And the cuts are resulting from the state error rate of 12.6%. If you have a rate above 10% in a state, you get the 50% to 25% cut. Important to note that our error rate in Warren County is 1.4%. That's checking up on people, making sure they're eligible for benefits. Predominantly down state New York has the higher error rates. And in addition to that, we face the double threat of funding cuts and administrative cost. We have increased administrative cost in the Department of Social Services to verify SNAP benefits, and they have to do so in person. They have to do it more frequently. There's discussion about needing additional people. We're not proposing that at this point. But we'll have to evaluate that carefully going forward. There was discussion about 730 competency restoration. NISAC is supporting the two bills that are currently in the Assembly and the Senate to reform CPL 730. They're not optimistic those bills are going to get to the floor. And what NISAC is hoping is they can convince the state to continue to go back to when they used to fund 50% of the 730 costs. As you know, a few years ago, they used to pay 50%. They passed on all the costs to us for each one person about $1,500 to $1,600 a day. And they're hopeful that maybe the state will decide to pick up some of that funding. Our challenges for 2027, rising costs of state mandated programs. State mandated programs are $14 billion statewide and growing. Sales tax growth. We're still projecting an average of about 2% sales tax growth. It appears to be flattening, but everyone's optimistic, it seems, that we'll continue to see at least 2%. Again, federal funding cuts for Medicaid and SNAP, high labor costs to retain workers. That's a concern across the state. At our county administrator meeting, I was surprised to hear that some counties have increased their pay by anywhere up to 12 to 15 to 18% in the past year to just be able to retain the workers that they currently have. I think we're in pretty good shape on that. We'll watch very closely. Other points that came out of the county administrators meeting that we have usually on the second day. We talked about 730 reform. We talked about cannabis revenues. They're all over kind of the map. Different counties are doing it differently in each county. So we think NISAC is going to take that up and talk about how we distribute the cannabis benefits to the towns where, or the city or the village where the dispensaries are. A lot of discussion about AI. It's going to be something we're going to hear more and more about. NISAC has developed a website clearinghouse where people are putting the AI things they're using to help benefit the counties. We'll take a close look at that as well. There's another one that, and I don't want to get into the county attorneys, but Pung versus Isabella County. We'll hear more about that. That is, they're talking about an Eighth Amendment issue, whether the sale of foreclosed upon property that is sold to satisfy a tax debt and sold for a fraction of its real property constitutes an excessive fine under the Eighth Amendment. So that may impact, just like the Hennepin case, how we deal with foreclosures going forward. So that could be a challenge for us. I'm going to be holding a department head meeting next week. We're going to talk about the discussion I held at the Finance Committee about some of our challenges with the budget going forward. And we're going to start taking a look at areas that we need to probably look at the county to try to save some funds. For your calendars, I'll go off the budget now. That was too much, I know. For your calendars, the 250th committee is planning a 250th anniversary ceremony in front of the municipal center by the flagpole at 10 a.m. on July 4th. They recognize that many towns and other municipalities will be having July 4th events later in the day, but they'd like to kick off the celebration here at the county. All supervisors will be invited to attend, as will our state legislators. So more to follow on that. I also have information on the 250th gala. I'll leave flyers out for anyone. It's on April 11th at the Fort William Henry Hotel. And I believe that one of our supervisors may be a lead speaker there. I'm not sure yet. We'll find out soon. Okay, my favorite time of the year. You gotta love Siena University yesterday. Oh my gosh, almost beat Duke, #1 team. That was just an awesome game. Employee anniversaries. With 20 years, Joshua Smith, Sheriff's Office with 20 years, Cindy Van Dorn, County Clerk's Office, 21 years, Stacy Hubbard, the Sheriff's Office, 21 years, Jeff Monroe, DPW, 24 years, Kristen Finney, Social Services, 27 years, Gwendolyn Cameron, Public Health, 27 years, Sam Maley, DPW, and 28 years, Tammy Breen, Social Services. Concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, report of county attorney.
Thank you. Good morning. The case that the county administrator referred to, Pung, there's a number of cases coming up toward the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has not decided those cases yet. Spring, probably by June, we should have decisions on those. And the county attorney's office will take any corrective action or forward-looking action that needs to occur regarding the county's tax foreclosure actions at that time. But there's really one matter that I wanted to address the entire board on this, and it's floor resolution number 6. It was referenced in privilege of the floor, and it has to do with obtaining RAS Forensics to do a forensic accounting audit of all county finance operations during the 12-month period of 2025. This was put out to bid. RAS Forensics was the successful bidder. Because of the conflict within county operations and between departments, the bid was established so that the chair of the finance committee, Supervisor E2, would review those bids, those proposals that came in, and determine which of them would be a qualifying bid for consideration by this board. Supervisor E2 has done that. RAS Forensics is the qualified and winning bid at $145,000. Let's talk about what the importance is of this forensic audit for each of you as members of this Board of Supervisors and for county operations going forward. First, there's 3 broad and essential objectives. First, it's going to review and address allegations that have been made concerning the county's financial operating systems. Every monthly meeting that's been held since December 23rd, 2025 has included some public comment about the financial operations of this county. This audit is the tool for this board to get the factual information that each of you need to move forward with decisions that this county has to make, not just about that ACH fraud, but about financial operations as a whole in Warren County. Each of you has responsibility as a member of the Board of Supervisors for each and every financial transaction that occurs in this county. As I've stated before, the board has had the good foresight and luck to have a county auditor that reviews every transaction so that each of you do not need to. Our county auditor reviews and approves them in your name. So obtaining the core facts of operations and financial operations during the entire 12-month period of 2025 is essential to give you the facts that you need to look at county financial operations into the future. Back in January, professionally and personally, I asked every member of this board to withhold judgment on the ACH fraud until you were able to receive digest, question, and get answers to the core facts, not just of what happened in the month of December, but really truly regarding financial operations in Warren County. This audit is one of 3 legs of factual information that you're going to receive, hopefully, by the end of June of this year. By the end of June of this year. This financial audit, the board has had the foresight to approve Bond Shennick King, a law firm out of Albany, to do an internal review of policies and procedures regarding finance, as well as the ACH fraud. That's a second piece. And the third piece at some point will be the completion of the open criminal law enforcement investigation, which hopefully will close in the near future, so that this board will have access to that piece as well. One of the difficulties and my regrets of leaving is not being able to usher this board through that process of reviewing information and moving forward with decisions and future actions. I know you're going to be in good hands with the current staff at the county attorney's office. But please remember what I'm saying today is that there are 3 pieces that each of you should look at, 1, expect, 2, review, and 3, deliberate on as you move this county through this chapter. And it's my hope that this financial audit is going to be a large part of getting you there. Number 1 was a little longer than I thought it was going to be. Number 2, it's going to utilize qualified certified forensic auditors for the examination of the county's entire financial operations across the county's various operations to identify the strengths and weaknesses in current policies and procedures. And it's going to recommend risk mitigation actions that are necessary to promote better governance for this county into the future. 3, it's going to promote transparency and accountability in the county's future financial policies and procedures. And it will greatly enhance and assist this board to determine how to safeguard and accurately spend taxpayer money for our community into the future. There has been many requests for an independent audit to occur of Warren County's operations. This is the opportunity to do it. Now, lastly, the resolution structures this relationship between the outside auditing firm and the Warren County attorney. That is done very intentionally. Just as the relationship with Bond, Shennick, and King is through the Warren County attorney. And I will share, so it's on record and every supervisor understands. The reason for that is to ensure not just that there is no direct involvement by any department or department head or even supervisor in the work that's going to be done by the law firm and by this accounting firm until their work is complete. The only supervisor that will be involved in it will be the chair of the finance committee, Supervisor E2. The county attorney's office will work as the clearinghouse for this audit company to ensure that if they need documents, they will get the documents. If they need to meet and do interviews, the county attorney's office will set that up. It's the only way I know to recommend to each of you to ensure not just the absence of any inappropriate contact, but the appearance of it. And sometimes avoiding the appearance of inappropriate contact is more important than actual contact, because you can't dispel what people think. You can only do the best you can to minimize and safeguard the integrity of the process. And I believe what's laid out in that floor resolution 6 will accomplish all of those goals for you as a board of supervisors by the end of June. The only other last statement on this topic is, while the comptroller's office may be able to start an audit, it's a general audit in June. It is not clear when that's going to end, how long it's going to take, what it will include. We will have a contract with RAS Forensics per the request for proposals that specifically lays out each and every step they need to complete in order for this board to have the information I believe you need by the end of June of this year. So this county can move through and move forward with county operations towards the end of this year. That's my report. That's my last report. Thank you so much for your attention and trust that you've given me. It's a tremendous amount. I know you'll give it to the first assistant county attorney as he fills in the spot when I leave. Thank you.
Okay, reading of communications.
We have the county auditor's real property tax corrections report for February 2026. Application for real property tax exemption on behalf of Cooper Properties, New York LP, on behalf of, from Fitzgerald, Morris, Baker and Burke, and from Lawrence Albin, letter of resignation effective April 3rd, 2026.
Okay. Reading of resolutions.
Proclamation numbers 9 through 17, resolution numbers 92 through 121, one certificate of appointment, and floor resolution numbers 1 through 8 were distributed to the members of the Warren County Board of Supervisors and posted to the Warren County website on March 17th. The proclamations before you are number 9, Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month, number 10, Women's History Month, number 11, National Public Defenders Day, number 12, Autism Awareness Month, number 13, Child Abuse Prevention Month, number 14, honoring Judge Hobbs, number 15, honoring Larry Ellman, number 16, honoring Janelle Jones, and number 17, honoring Keith Moore. Motion is needed to bring floor resolution number 1 to the floor.
Motion to bring floor resolution on to the floor by Supervisor Runyon, second by Supervisor Strainer. Is there any discussions? All those in favor of bringing floor resolution number 1 to the floor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Floor resolution number 1 is now resolution 122. Motion to bring floor resolution number 2 to the floor.
Motion to bring floor resolution number 2 by Supervisor Butler. Do we have a second? Supervisor Runyon. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Floor resolution number 2 is now resolution 123. Motion to bring floor resolution number 3 to the floor.
Motion to bring floor resolution number 3. Supervisor Runyon, the second by Supervisor O'Neill. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Floor resolution number 3 will now be resolution 124. Motion to bring floor resolution number 4 to the floor.
Motion bring floor resolution number 4 by Supervisor O'Neill. We have a second by Supervisor Runyon. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Floor resolution number 4 is now resolution 125. Motion to bring floor resolution number 5 to the floor.
Motion bring number 5 to the floor. Supervisor Runyon, second by Supervisor Gilligan. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Floor resolution number 5 is now resolution 126. Motion to bring floor resolution number 6 to the floor.
Motion by Supervisor Driscoll, second by Supervisor Turner, to bring floor resolution number 6 to the floor. Any discussion? All those in, yes.
My question is that it's the only thing that hasn't been discussed on this. So we don't know the extent of how long it'll take for the comptroller's office to finish their investigation and their audit. These aren't going to conflict in any way, right? Like, for instance,
County Attorney.
they shouldn't be.
Part of the hope is that when the comptroller's office shows up, the county of Warren is able to provide them a completed report. And I know we've already started taking remedial action. I should say the Risk and Safety Committee. Part of that's in your resolution package today, which is the updated electronic banking wire transfer policy, as well as the delegation to the Risk and Safety Committee to work on internal finance procedures on behalf of the county. So while to the public, it may appear sometimes that the county has stood still on this issue, there's been a lot that's been occurring since January to try to start the process of addressing what came to light in December. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, sir. That makes sense.
Any other questions? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Floor resolution number 6 will now be resolution 127. Motion to bring floor resolution number 7 to the floor.
Motion by Supervisor Runyon. Do we have a second? Supervisor O'Neill. Any discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Floor resolution number 7 will now be resolution 128. And motion to bring floor resolution number 8 to the floor.
Motion to bring floor resolution number 8. Supervisor Runyon. Do we have a second? Supervisor Stroud. Any discussion? All those in favor? Yes. Discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to clarify to my own self that when you're authorizing the appropriation of funds from the general fund to the treasurer's office, it's not affecting her budget, it's a flow through, right, from the general fund.
Any other discussions? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Floor resolution number 8 will be resolution 129 because that does include a budget amendment. It will deal with.
Any public discussion on any resolutions? Any board discussion on resolutions? Supervisor Brady.
Yeah, just a couple comments on, for resolution 128. I've never been a real fan of bringing, resolution, actually 129, excuse me. I've never been a big fan of bringing floor resolutions, without going through proper committee channels. I remember I've been on this board, other than the last 2 years, I was on for 10 years. And if we brought one floor resolution to the board, we'd be chastised. You didn't go through committee, you didn't do this, it wasn't fully vetted. Now it seems the practice of this board, only some, that we have every meeting a number of floor resolutions that have not been through committee and have not been vetted. So I'm just wondering why we're doing this. Are we rushing certain things? Because when we don't go through the proper channels and actually fully vet something, I find that we often lead to poor decisions because it's not been gone through the proper process. So I'm just, that's one comment I have. The other comment that I have is $145,000 is a lot. We need to reassure the county residents, though, that we are on top of this, that we are looking for a thorough and complete transparency of all departments. The only concern I have is that the controller's office is going to do this, and they're going to do it for free, quote, free. Of course, and we're gonna spend $145,000 plus in attorney fees and so forth. So here we are, a county that's strapped for money. And we're gonna be spending roughly around 200 grand when it's all said and done, if not more. But I understand the reason for it. But I'm just thinking, are we overlapping with the controller's office? It's going to do a very in-depth analysis for free. So I'll probably vote for it, but I'm concerned about the cost aspect and the fact that maybe we're actually we're doing it again, but that's all. That's my only comment. So that's my comments, Mr. Chairman.
Supervisor now.
Thanks, Chairman. Have we had a conversation with the controller's office, getting an idea of when they're gonna show up? My experience in Luzerne, it took them almost a year to show up, and then it took them a year to do the work.
My conversations with them would be late June.
Is that recent?
That's my recent conversation. It was a month ago. I think it'll be late June. Just had to get a team together.
Thank you.
Any other conversation? Yes, Supervisor.
Thank you. Maybe this goes to the county attorney. Do you know, or do you have a sense with the comptrollers of their audit, would that be as thorough and involved as the one from FAS?
I think the best way to answer that is that the audit that this county would be approving and contracting for will involve professionals with certified credentials that most certainly would not be present in the audit team for the comptroller's office. The cost is largely geared and a result of speed with which the county is asking this firm to complete the work, which is truly amazing. We're asking them to start April 1st and to be done by June. Concerning the comptroller's office, it's a general understanding. I don't have specific information. Nobody put it in writing to me, but it's my understanding that these general audits from the comptroller's office are scheduled out for 3 years, meaning they have a list of who they're going to perform audits for a current year, the following year, and in 3 years out from now. They keep reserved a small portion of their work availability for issues that may pop up. Warren County is an issue that popped up. It's not one of the core regularly scheduled general audits that was scheduled to occur in normal workflow. It's my, again, general understanding.
Thank you.
Supervisor Strainer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Resolution 110, hiring Pat Belden to be the Director of Public Health. I hope you'll all vote in the affirmative. We've had a great history of public health directors, and Pat will be just another great asset in that line. My other question too is, along with Supervisor Beatty, I've noticed a lot of these off the floor resolutions coming. And I'm just wondering if we're going to continue on this trend to continue with eight of them. And I'm a firm believer, as he was in this, that we bring these to committee. And I just don't understand why the timing.
Most of it could be timing. This time.
That's it. Thank you.
I don't know every one of them. It's time. Supervisor Beatty.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Did we not ask the controller's office to do a special audit? I mean, we reached out. Am I correct on that?
The chairman of the board issued a letter on behalf of Warren County asking for an audit back in January, I believe. And I believe that was part of the correspondence that went to the board at a prior board meeting.
So we reached out to them. They're going to do it for free. But yet we're still gonna go forward with ours for about a couple $100,000. Okay, I get it, but I understand. Okay, thanks.
Anybody else? Supervisor Wild and then Supervisor Driscoll.
I'd say, a request for a roll call, so I'll wait for that.
Supervisor Wild.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. There's just a couple of resolutions I want to talk about, but I'd like to just for a moment digress back to 129 with the audit. I think one of the things that we need to consider is we don't know when the comptroller's office will be done. My sense is, let's get this over with so we can understand where we go from here. If we have to wait a year after we get the criminal investigation report as well as the legal report, we don't have all the information that we need to really move forward and get this behind us. So it's just my comments. I'm definitely going to report 120. Two questions, two different resolutions, 104 and 116. There was a comment about match, and I'm concerned about the bad match for both of these. Where they're going to come from. 116 has a $7 million price tag with a 20% match. I'm wondering where that's going to come from. as well as 104. Also has a match, I think, our deputy director did mention that the planning department is going to help. I would just like a little more clarification on where these matches are going to come from, what the timing is.
104 is road projects, correct?
So is there a match associated with 104? No match, okay, I'm sorry, it was just 116.
107? 116.
116.
116? You wanna talk on 116, Kevin? Superintendent?
I can, I guess give me a minute, because I've got to find 116. I didn't think there was an issue with that. Was that the planning?
Transportation, this is the tab.
Transportation.
As the TAP grant. So as you all aware, there was some TAP funding available. We brought through committee. This actually came through finance committee. We needed to expedite getting the application in. It's a $7.5 million project. This is for the bike path. This stemmed from the multi-use corridor study that the planning department did put together. There is a significant match. I can't confirm, and that was what the letter was sent to federal highways for this, that we would find a match for this project, or we won't accept the project, but we needed to get the application in. The bottom line is this is the bike path. If most of you know the bike path, it's a 10-mile bike path that's used by residents and visitors every year. I don't have all the numbers on how many people use that path, but I certainly know that Mr. Beatty uses that path every single day of the week.
Did it this morning.
There's a section of the path that traverses along Country Club Road. That path is not the best scenario, the best situation. You know, we talked to the Adirondack cycling advocates. Most of them are not opposed to riding along Country Club Road, because Country Club Road, for them, they're class A bicycle riders, which is kind of your top-notch bicycle riders. It doesn't bother them to run along that path or run along that roadway. For your local families that want to take their kids riding the bike path, that is not the best situation to have that bike path along Country Club Road. So this project would be to run the bike path, come across that Sweet Road, run the bike path, which would be a separate outside the road bed, 12-foot wide path that would run up Country Club Road on the east side, at Blind Rock and Round Pond, cross over to cross over Blind Rock or cross over Country Club to the Round Pond side, and it would be the south side of Round Pond Road until we got around the corner of the golf course to where that big wide parking lot opens up, and then we're going to try to run the National Grid right away through that area. This project, and it is a big cost, and I can tell you the majority of the cost that's associated with this project is right away that we're going to need through that area. The town or the county has no right of way along Country Club Road. Country Club Road is considered a right of way by use. Right of way by use means we have the right to the road and to every part of the property that we maintain. I don't maintain outside the shoulder by maybe 2 feet. So this certainly is going to be a larger swath of land that we're going to have to take. I think it's a good project. Again, we're submitting for it. We haven't gotten it. And I think in the future, you know, I want Supervisor Stroud to be able to talk to this, Supervisor Strainer. They know the importance of moving this bike path out of that roadway. I don't know if they have any other comments. I think it's a good project. And I believe in Finance Committee, it was Supervisor Conover said that we'll certainly look to be able to find some of this money to be able to do this project. Where it's coming from right now, Supervisor Wild, I cannot tell you. There's money that we'll have in the D fund under D9950 that will cover some. There could be money in A9950 that may cover a portion. It's not going to cover all of that. So that's the project.
Just my concern is it's $1.4 million we need to pull out of our budget, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. And my recent discussions about grants says that if we apply and we get awarded and say no, it doesn't look good for us going forward in the future. So I'm not, I guess I understand the value that we can provide the community. For the safety state, sure, I drive that road all the time. It's just, where's the money gonna come from?
Supervisor Stringer, Stroud, and
Well, I thought also we could possibly get in-kind money for people to just work there for us. You could write that part of it off for the grant. I don't know, John will bring this up, but on Rush Pond Trail, he did that. He got people to contribute in-kind money, but I don't know if he got any grants. That was part of what the conversation was too.
Supervisor Stroud.
yeah, it's, this money is meant to make one of our greatest assets, Warren County Bike Trail, safe. We've had at least one horrible accident. We've had other deaths. Some of that is because the intersections are not safe. I have requested twice and been denied by the state a speed reduction on Country Club Road. It's 45 miles an hour. You have 5-foot shoulders. And yeah, I'm a Class A bicyclist. It does bother me. But I worry when I see families out there. Because kids are parent. They're unpredictable. And, you can ride behind your kids. And I do my grandkids. But you just never know when they're going to turn the bike around to talk to you and pull out in front of an oncoming car going 45 or 50 miles an hour. So what we looked at alternatives. The National Grid right away, but the terrain is horrible along there and it wouldn't be practical and it'd be even more expensive. The most practical thing to do is try and create a separate lane along Country Club Road and along Round Pond Road. That would be somewhat protected from the Country Club Road and Round Pond Road traffic and safer for families. And as you know, we do try and attract families as part of our tourism effort. And also to go along with what Supervisor Strainer said, we could put a lot of in-kind services in there because part of this doesn't involve just looking for a separate lane, a safer separate lane for Country Club Road and Round Pond Road. It is to make our intersections, and I believe there's 24 intersections that need to be upgraded to the Empire Trail standards and safety. So it is more than just trying to create a separate lane. It is working on other parts of the bikeway to make that part safer too, especially the part in front of Magic Forest, and we all know what happened there. So the whole intent is to try and create a safer biking experience for our residents and visitors. And like Supervisor Trainer said, we can do a lot of this in kind as part of our matching. Thank you.
Supervisor Niles, on the bike path.
Yes, thank you. We know the approximate cash flow schedule on this. In other words, when's the grant application due? When is it gonna be awarded? And when we have to start spending money? So as of right now, the grant application has been submitted. But we will not know probably for several months of whether or not we receive the TAP funding. When and if we receive the TAP funding, most likely this project would start until 2027. But we had to provide grant assurances that we would cover the local match. I will talk to the in-kind services fairly quick. Supervisor Stroud and Strainer are correct. There are some aspects of this project that we can do in-house, not its entirety, and certainly any of the work that's along Country Club Road or Round Pond Road will be done by a contractor. It will not be done by the county. But any of the intersections that we have, the 24 intersections that we have, and we're going to do 5 up front sometime this year, but the other 24 that are out there, they could be done with in-kind services.
Any other discussion on resolutions? Supervisor Runyon?
Same one, resolution 116. So if it's not going to start until 2027, it is possible that at the end of the year, when you have money left over, some of or that money can be applied.
That is correct. So we always have, because we estimate appropriately on all our road projects, but I have a good staff that watches the contractors. So we certainly always have had savings in our projects. And again, that would cover a portion of the trail along Country Club Road, which would come out of the D fund. Anything that's not along a roadway goes back to the A fund, because that's what Parks and Recs falls under. And just a quick to what Supervisor Strauss said, the National Grid, if most of you know that they're behind Country Club Road and where our bike path has our parking lot, National Grid has a transformer or a substation there. At that substation location, looked at whether or not we could take the path from there and follow that path to eventually turn into where we go up Birdsall Road. Supervisor Strauss, right, it's wetlands, it's more than a 30% slope, we'd have to have switchbacks, so we actually did a very quick estimate on that as part of the TAP. And that was, I believe, somewhere in the vicinity of about 16.5 to $17 million.
Supervisor Conover?
Thank you. We own an asset. We know there are concerns, safety concerns. Those concerns exist regardless, right? The state's prepared to give us close to $6 million if we're successful to address those concerns and other improvements. If someone else has a better plan, financial plan for addressing these safety concerns, I'm all ears. And, but in the world of public projects, 80% is about as good as it gets. It's about as good as it gets. And, so I would encourage your support. Thank you.
Supervisor Wild?
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Just one more comment. I recognize the safety issue. If I explained about the $1.4 million match, this coming Tuesday at the Economic Growth and Development, we're going to be talking about all the grants that we have been awarded, and not including this, but they all require a match. So this could be closer to 2 million for 26 and 27 than it is for 1.5. So the only reason I bring this up is that I think we need to look at how we're going to fund this. It's all about funding. It's not about the validity of a project. It's about planning. Where does it come from? It's supervisor base said we're gonna have to make some tough choices. So we can. My problem is when we get one like this, but there's 5 others that are still need to be addressed that we've been awarded. So what happens to those 5? Those 5 go away because we did this one already. So we'll be talking about that next week.
You have a comment on resolution, Supervisor Pat?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to point out that, projects like this, they increase property values and bite businesses, help keep families in Warren County instead of moving out of Warren County. We're going to get 3 to 1 on our money. And we want Warren County to be a destination, a year-round location. Not to mention, it's going to broaden the tax base. And if we keep broadening the tax base, that helps keep taxes low in the long term. Thank you.
Any other discussion on resolutions? Any recusals from resolutions? Supervisor Driscoll?
Thank you, Chairman. I would like a roll call vote on resolution 110, so I can recuse myself from that vote, please.
Any other recusal discussions? All right, let's vote on resolution. Right.
Resolution number 92, making supplemental appropriation. Mr. Butler,
Yes.
Mr. Goodspeed,
Yes.
Mr. Crusito,
Yes.
Mr. Niles,
Niles.
Mr. Stroud,
Yes.
Mr. Wild,
Yes.
Mr. Etu,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer,
Yes.
Mr. Beatty,
Yes.
Mr. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Runyon. Yes. Mr. Conover,
Yes.
Mr. Mayday,
Yes.
Mr. Diamond,
Yes.
Skilligan. Yes. Ms. Turner? Yes. Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 1,002 votes in favor. Resolution number 93, amending Warren County budget for 2026 for various departments within Warren County. Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Goodspeed?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Niles?
Yes.
Mr. Straugh?
Yeah.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Etu,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Beatty?
Yes.
Mr. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon? Yes. Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Maydick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan? Yes. Ms. Turner? Yes. Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 1,002 votes in favor. Resolution 107, which is enacting local law number 4 of 2026 on the Warren County Ethics and Disclosure Law. Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Goodspeed?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Niles?
Yes.
Mr. Straugh?
Yeah.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Etu,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Beatty?
Yes.
Mr. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon? Yes. Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Maydick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan? Yes. Ms. Turner? Yes. Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 1,002 votes in favor. Resolution 109, amending table of organization and Warren County salary and compensation plan for 2026. Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Goodspeed?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Niles?
Yes.
Mr. Stroud?
Yeah.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Etu,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Beatty?
Yes.
Mr. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon? Yes. Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Maydick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan? Yes. Ms. Turner? Yes. Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 1,002 votes in favor. Resolution 110, appointing Patricia Belden as Director of the Public Health and Patient Services Division. For the record, Mr. Driscoll has recused and left the room. Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Goodspeed?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Niles?
Yes.
Mr. Stroud?
Yes.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Etu,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Beatty?
Yes.
Mr. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon? Yes. Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Maydick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan? Yes. Ms. Turner? Yes. Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 957 votes in favor. Resolution 113, establishing 2026 road fund projects, authorizing transfer of funds and amending Warren County budget for 2026. Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Goodspeed?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Niles? Mr. Straugh?
Yes.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Etu,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Beatty?
Yes.
Mr. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon? Yes. Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Maydick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan? Yes. Ms. Turner? Yes. Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 1,002 votes in favor. Resolution 114, increasing capital project number H 401 Sagamore Road retaining wall, authorizing transfer of funds and amending Warren County budget for 2026. Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Goodspeed?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Niles? Mr. Stroud?
Yes.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Etu,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Beatty?
Yes.
Mr. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon? Yes. Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Maydick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan? Yes. Ms. Turner? Yes. Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 1,002 votes in favor. Resolution 115, authorizing appropriation of funds for the computer reserve fund. Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Goodspeed?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Niles?
Yes.
Mr. Stroud?
Yeah.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Etu,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Beatty?
Yes.
Mr. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon? Yes. Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Maydick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan? Yes. Ms. Turner? Yes. Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 1,002 votes in favor. Resolution 121, authorizing appropriation of funds from Warren County Industrial Park Sewer Fund Balance. Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Goodspeed?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Niles?
Yes.
Mr. Stroud?
Yeah.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Etu,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Beatty?
Yes.
Mr. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon? Yes. Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Maydick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan? Yeah. Ms. Turner? Yes. Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll.
Yes.
Mr. Patchit.
Yes.
Chairman Garrett.
Yes.
Resolution passes with 1,000 votes. Resolution 129. Authorizing appropriation of fund, general fund unappropriated fund balance to the treasurer's office budget to cover the cost of the contract for forensic accounting audit services and amending the Warren County budget for same. Mr. Butler.
Yes.
Mr. Goodspeed.
Yes.
Mr. Crusito.
Yes.
Mr. Niles.
Yes.
Mr. Straugh.
Yes.
Mr. Wild.
Yes.
Mr. Etu.
Yes.
Mr. Strainer.
Yes.
Mr. Beatty.
Yes.
Mr. O'Neill.
Yes.
Ms. Runyon. Yes. Mr. Conover.
Yes.
Mr. Maida.
Yes.
Mr. Diamond.
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan. Yes. Ms. Turner. Yes. Mr. Bruno.
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll.
Yes.
Mr. Patchit.
Yes.
Chairman Garrett.
Yes.
Resolution passes with 1,002 votes in favor.
Okay, all those in favor of the rest of the resolution, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, any public comment? Anybody wish to address the board? Any public comment? Okay, Supervisor. Public comment or?
Yes, underprivileged. Sure. I just would like to shout out to Bolton boys basketball team. Community gave them a wonderful send off this morning. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there. I was here. I wish I had been there. First time in our history, and it's quite an accomplishment. Quite an accomplishment, I have to tell you. And I community is very, very, very proud of all of them. And then just one other item that I wanted to comment on, and that is the, I think the discussion on budget challenges is going to continue going forward. The volume's going to increase for sure. You know, we're over a $200 million operation here, and just 2 or 3% growth is into the millions of dollars, right? Do the math on that. 3% against $220 million. It's a big number. And if the revenue we get from the state of New York doesn't go up by that amount, then we're out that. And from what I'm hearing from the county administrator, I'm not only concerned about whether the revenue from the state of New York is going to keep up, but they seem to be adding some additional expenses on the county government. And that is very, very concerning I know to all of us. Our tax base has been expanding. That's a good thing. Sales tax seems to be growing, but those numbers alone have a difficult time overcoming even a cost of living increase in the county budget. So I know, Mr. Ito, you're coming to us at a time with a huge challenge. I wish you well. If there's anything I can do, certainly to assist in this process, please give me a call. I know we all feel that way. It's an enormous challenge we have out in front of us. Thank you.
Any other announcements? Dave?
I was happy to hear Ron mention the Bolton Eagles, because if he hadn't, I was going to do it for him. But congratulations to Bolton to have that's a special thing to have your high school go to something like that. I want to do a couple of shout outs myself though. Queensbury senior Christopher DePlacido, he was named to the National Merit Scholarship finalists. There's only 15,000 of them, but he's one of the 15. Also would like to give a shout out to the Queensbury High School students that have just been inducted into the French Honor Society. And the days of Jones and Smith names are gone, so so stick with me on the names. Rosie Povic, Liam Melhid, John Rappenhagen, Dylan Morehouse, Bailey Gilman, Lucas D. Tomasis, John Luthenberger, Sidney McGrath, Jay Lewis, and Nick Merzig. Congratulations to those kids. That's quite an honor for them. And then I just have one other kind of a happier news. I don't know if you all are familiar with Kelsey O'Driscoll. She just went to the Cortina, Italy Para Olympics, and she suffered a spinal injury 5 years ago. And, you know, so never give in, never give up. She got back on skis and she won. Well, she didn't win. She came in 7th in the Super G, 8th in the Alpine, and 9th in the Giant Slalom. And she was paralyzed from the waist down. So congratulations to Kelsey for never give in, never give up. Thank you.
And that,
Yeah, thank you. Before I do an announcement, I just wanted to, remind people that in addition to discussing, budgets and, a lot of other important things, affordable and available housing is still an issue that, is very paramount here, throughout Warren County. People may be moving out, but, there seems to be no, affordable apartments or affordable homes to purchase. And I think that that's an issue that we need to also spend time and energy discussing in the future. I wanted to remind people, I forgot to do it earlier, Amy Sabatis from Cornell Cooperative Extension was here. She dropped off the monthly program update for the month of March. Included in there is information on the annual Master Gardener plant sale, as well as the Dr. James Seeley Memorial Golf Tournament, 17th year of that. Supervisor Strainer's been very active with that. Before him, Supervisor Dan Gerard was very active. I think they can accommodate up to 140 golfers at Cronin's. That's going to take place on August 22nd. They're also looking for sponsorships and individuals to maybe provide prizes for the golfers. Thank you.
also, there's, and the sports angle, there is a young lady from Glens Falls, Tugas. She was a very good basketball player. She had an illness that kind of stifled her, but she is a grad student. I forget the name of the university, but she's playing in the NCAA tournament, I believe, today, and they are playing Duke as a female basketball player. So her story was, I read a little bit about it this morning. So
Sophie,
yes. Say something, but let's see, my colleagues want to speak first. Anybody else? Okay,
Yeah, I just follow up from the budget conversations. I just wanted to say that I will encourage, welcome anything. I'll come to your town office and talk to you. I will lean on the experience of so many people here. Please just call me. I had lunch with my counterpart in Washington County the other day in Fort Edward. Supervisor Beatty and Patchett will text me at 6 in the morning and I will text them back at 6 in the morning. Very grateful to have Supervisor Cressito as my vice chair. We meet regularly. We have regular budget meetings, bi-weekly budget meetings. It's a big challenge. I think our biggest fear is the New York State and the increases from our federal friends, 7-figure. And don't know if they're going to happen, but they might. It's just unpredictabilities are the
in 2008, had to do with the Demetrius challenge in 08, and we were able to do it. It's painful, but I'll have to look at it again this year. John?
Thanks, Mr. Chair. I'd just like to do a shout out too, since Superintendent's still here. All the great supervisors who happen to sit against the window have gone through times when it's been a lot colder over there than the rest of us in the room. And that was because of the wind. Just appreciate your cooperation and patience as we tried various things. But if you look behind, you'll see what our buildings and grounds team has done. And I think they finally solved it. So congratulations to them. Thanks.
That being said, nobody else?
Yes, just I would like to point out that Supervisor Emeritus Gene Merlinos with us.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yes,
morning.
welcome.
Oh, Gene.
Some things never change. Yes, welcome, Jane. Anybody else? Motion to adjourn. So be it. Supervisor House.